Hello everyone, this is a little video. It's going to show you how to do geologic cross sections like you see in your lecture assignment number 10, Geologic History 1. Or it's actually called Geologic Time 1, or I think that's the name of it. So anyway, I want to show you how to do this. A lot of students ask me how to do these kinds of questions, so you see it up there on the screen. You got what's called a geologic cross section, where it shows you a whole bunch of rocks and how you have to use Steno's stratigraphic principles to kind of decide or figure out what events came first and which came last. Okay, so the events are listed for you here. We have the basalt dike intrusion. Hold on, let me get the other color pen. We have the basalt dike, intrusion of the basalt dike right there. So that's this thing right here. Okay, we have the granite intrusion. That's this thing right here. The breccia, that's this right here. The limestone, that's this right here. The sandstone, the shale, the coquina, and tilting of the strata. So those are all different geologic events that happened in Earth's history at this particular location. We want to kind of unravel what happened first and what happened last. We're going to use Steno's stratigraphic principles to do that. Okay, so the first thing, I find it easier to kind of work backwards, so figure out what the most recent thing is. And a lot of times you can figure out that by looking at what cuts everything. So you can see that we have this dike, and the dike cuts across the shale, it cuts across the breccia, it cuts the coquina, cuts the limestone, but it itself is cut by this granite intrusion. Do y'all see that? So this granite intrusion, think about it. For the dike to have cut all of the rock layers, that means it had to come after the rock layers, right? Because the rock layers had to be there before they got cut by the dike, okay? That's Steno's principle of cross-cutting relationships. Okay, so the dike, but notice how the granite over here cuts the dike. So that means I could say the youngest thing, the most recent thing, is the granite. Now, after the granite is the dike. Okay. Now, after that, we just use superposition. Okay, it's easy. Limestone, coquina. Now we have a problem, because we can't use superposition. We got limestone, we got the coquina, but what is it? The sandstone, the breccia, the shale. What comes next? Well, there's an angular disconformity right here, right? There's an angular unconformity right there. Okay, there's the angular unconformity. So we know there's missing time, but we have to figure out what happened. So what happened is that there was tilting of the strata. Okay, so notice that's one of our events, tilting of the strata. So tilting. And then what's below the tilting? Then, assuming these are not overturned, the thing that's more on top is the sandstone, then the breccia, then the shale. Okay, and you're done. So that's how you do things like that. When you get this on the test, if you get it on the test, because remember the test randomly draws questions. But if you get this on the test, it is not going to be this hard. This is like super hard compared to what might be on the test. So, well, I shouldn't say super hard, but it's definitely harder. The one that would be on the test would be simpler, maybe only have a handful of events. But anyway, I hope that makes sense. Please email me and let me know if you still need more help than this. So take care, good luck, and talk to you next time.